Forget everything you think you know about warfare. Seriously, the next global conflict, it's not going to be one with tanks, but with algorithms. Not with more soldiers on the ground, but with smarter satellites in the sky. And look, this isn't some far-off science fiction movie. It's a massive shift that's happening right now, creating one of the biggest strategic and economic opportunities of our lifetime. And India is placing itself right at the very center of it all.
You know, the old way of thinking about defense, just piling up soldiers and tanks on a physical front line, that's basically obsolete. Today's battlefield is digital. It's invisible. Victory comes down to who controls the data, who has the most sophisticated network systems, and who can leverage artificial intelligence. It's a complete rewrite of the rules of war.
So yeah, this isn't just some minor upgrade. We're talking about a total reimagination of what warfare even is. And if you can grasp this new reality, you'll understand exactly why India is making such a huge strategic pivot.
The conflicts of the future aren't just fought on land, sea, or in the air anymore. They're going to be won and lost across a whole new dimension, a world of sensors, electronic signals, data networks, and autonomous drones. And this is exactly where India has been quietly but very deliberately changing the game.
So how has the Indian government responded to this massive shift? Well, not by just tweaking things here and there. They've launched a monumental policy change that treats defense not just as a necessary expense, but as a core pillar of its entire economic future.
The heart of this new strategy is something called Atmanirbhar Bharat, which basically means a self-reliant India. See, for decades, India was one of the world's biggest importers of weapons. Now the goal is to flip that script completely, to transform the entire sector into a powerhouse for manufacturing, electronics, and even exports. It's a fundamental move from being dependent to becoming dominant.
Now, to really understand the scale of this ambition, let's just look at the numbers. We need a baseline, right? So, back in fiscal year 2022, the defense budget stood at about 4.85 lakh crore rupees. A pretty big number for sure, but that was just the starting point.
Okay, now let's fast forward to the projection for fiscal year 2026. That budget is set to hit a whopping 6.81 lakh crore. I mean, that's a massive, massive increase. It's a clear signal that this new doctrine has serious government commitment behind it.
And just look at that trajectory, it's staggering. We're talking about an increase of almost 2 lakh crores in just 5 years. This isn't just routine spending to keep things running. This is a foundational investment in building the real capabilities for the next generation of warfare.
But here's what's really interesting. It's not just about the total amount, it's where the money's going. In fiscal year 26, a huge chunk, 1.8 lakh crore, or 26% of the entire budget, is specifically for capital expenditure. This is the money for all the new stuff, new platforms, advanced electronics, modern weapon systems, and here's the kicker, a huge part of that is reserved specifically for Indian companies.
And all this focus internally is now starting to make some serious waves on the world stage. India is no longer just building for its own needs. It's actively positioning itself to be a trusted, key partner in the global defense supply chain.
A perfect example of this is the recent India-EU Defense and Security Agreement. Now, this isn't just some diplomatic handshaking in a photo op. This is a big deal. It gives Indian defense companies access to the EU's massive $10 billion EU SAFE program. This opens up all kinds of doors for sharing technology and joint manufacturing. It's a clear signal to the world that Indian firms are now seen as top-tier, trusted global partners. So, we've talked about the big picture, the policy shift. But who's actually building this future? Let's zoom in from the macro level to the specific companies on the ground that are executing this vision. We're going to look at 3 really interesting players that are shaping this whole ecosystem. First up, let's talk about Zen Technologies. This company lives and breathes where modern warfare really begins, training and technology. They're a technology-first company, through and through. They focus on things like incredibly realistic military simulators, absolutely critical counter-drone systems, and autonomous robotics. I mean, that is literally the definition of future warfare. And their ambition is just as futuristic as their tech. Management is targeting over 1,000 crore in revenue by fiscal 28, and they're aiming for impressive margins, north of 35%. Now, for a specialized tech company like this, that's not just growth. That's a clear sign of exponential scaling.
Next, we have a company called Data Patterns. You can think of them as providing the high-tech brains behind all the brawn.
They're absolutely essential to India's defense electronics backbone. They supply things like advanced radars, electronic warfare systems, and the critical RF seekers that are used in missiles like the famous BrahMos.
What's so compelling about their story is how they've evolved. See, Data Patterns didn't just stay a simple parts supplier. They very strategically climbed up the value chain. They started with components, then moved to building subsystems, and now they deliver complete, fully integrated solutions. That is a powerful and very profitable business progression.
And finally, let's talk about the giant in the room, Bharat Electronics, or BEL. This company is the anchor of India's entire defense electronics industry. Their strengths are pretty clear: unmatched scale, a long history of proven reliability, and a deep commitment to innovation. They're growing their R&D spending by 20% every single year. But this is the number that really tells you everything you need to know about BEL. A pending order book of over 73,000 crore rupees. To put that into perspective for you, that is 3 times the current annual revenue already locked in. This gives them a level of long-term visibility and stability that's pretty much unheard of in almost any industry. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Huge opportunity, really strong companies. But what about the price? It feels like everyone is talking about these stocks, so let's just address the hype head on.
It's a completely fair question. A lot of these stocks have had incredible runs, and when you look at them on the surface, yeah, their valuations can look pretty high. But to really analyze them properly, you have to understand the unique way the defense business actually works.
Here's the most crucial point. You absolutely cannot analyze a defense company like you would a consumer goods business. It just doesn't work. The order cycles are incredibly long, projects take years to execute, and payments are all tied to specific milestones. This means that looking at their quarterly profits can be totally misleading. The single most important metric, the real indicator of a company's health, is its long-term order book. It's the only thing that gives you clear visibility years and years into the future.
So look, the opportunity in India's defense sector is absolutely real, and it's here for the long term. But yet, it's also surrounded by a ton of hype. So what's the secret to navigating it all? Well, it really just comes down to 3 things. Having the patience to see these multi-year projects all the way through, focusing only on companies with a proven track record of execution, and having the selectivity to choose the right players that are truly building the future of warfare.